Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the video for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. My name is Ventus, and in this Sparking Zero guide video, I'm going to give you a few tips to help you beat Goku Black and Zamasu in the Future Trunks arc of Goku's story. Now, really quickly, before I get into that, do me a favor if you're new here and sub to the channel with notifications on, and also like the video. Thank you. Alright, so number one on this list is have a good understanding of how a few basic core game mechanics work for defense. A is going to be high-speed evasion, basically pressing guard at the right time to vanish from attacks. B is perception, holding circle or whatever your perception button is. I found doing this at random times sort of broke up the flow of Goku Black's attacks and allowed me to take initiative whenever he seemed to be in control of the fight. C, super counter. Pressing up and square or light attack, this doesn't take any skill counts and can quickly take initiative away from both Goku Black and Zamasu and give you the upper hand. You might have to use this a lot. D, revenge counter. This is the R3 button for me on the PS5 controller, and this is probably the most important weapon against fighting Goku Black because he attacks a lot. This will instantly interrupt his attacks and give you a counterattack. And then finally F, rush high-speed movement defensive. Black vanishes a lot to get behind you, so if you have any skill counts, you can press guard to vanish right back on him to get behind him, and then he in turn will have to either use a skill count to get behind you or be at your mercy for attacks. Alright, next, you're going to want to know how to use all three of these key offensive game mechanics. A is going to be perfect smash. Good to use at short to medium range of either Black or Zamasu. You hold light attack for just the right amount of time to get behind them for a surprise attack. I like to use this when they are either blocking or just out of range for a melee attack. Alright, so B is going to be the lightning attack. Using this to engage or re-engage with either Goku Black or Zamasu is a great way to send them flying using the follow-up attack. When they are knocked away, this gives you a chance to charge ki or use a skill. Now, I've found that when they are knocked away far enough, they very seldom are in a super hurry to get back to you. Zamasu more than Goku Black. And then C, rush high-speed movement offensive. Doesn't cost any uses, just tap 2 lights and then guard with the right analog stick and you can do a few attacks and teleport behind your target. Now this is good in the fight because Goku Black will almost always use a skill count to get behind you after you vanish, and the less skill counts Goku Black has, the better. The first part of this mission, you have to fight both Goku Black and Zamasu one after the other. Black is the hardest part of this fight because he will use a lot of game mechanic maneuvers to force you to counter him. It is possible to knock him away and overwhelm him with super skills, but don't rely on it. I think the purpose of this fight was to make sure the player knows all about revenge counters. Now, Zamasu, on the other hand, can sort of turn up like Black and force you to use maneuvers if you let him, but he is weaker, and if you do knock him back, he's easier to overwhelm with super skills. For him, I'd spam Blue Goku's skills and Kaioken to finish this part of the fight as quickly as possible. After you defeat Zamasu, or after you fight Zamasu long enough, you're going to be forced to use Trunks to continue the fight with Zamasu, and you can really just skill spam him to death because every time that I fought him, he didn't really engage me in hand-to-hand unless I started the hand-to-hand combat with him. Now, the second episode of this fight, you'll have Vegeta as a partner with you to fight first Zamasu and then Rose Goku Black. Now, honestly, I did this one second try and at the time didn't even realize that I had a partner character on my team. Now, it is possible just to skill spam this one, but if Goku Black starts to turn up with game mechanics, just counter him, make him waste his skill counts. And if you should happen to get low on one character, just swap out to the other because if one dies, the mission is over. The third episode of this fight is the most fun because you'll have to fight Merge Zamasu, but you also get to use Blue Vegito. The hardest part about this fight is Merge Zamasu because he is half Goku Black, and because of that, he will spam maneuvers if you let him. Revenge counters in this fight will be very useful. With that being said though, I think they really wanted to show off Vegito Blue to us in this fight, so you can sort of get away with skill spamming. Alright, that's going to be it for this guide. I hope it was able to help. If it was, please don't leave without leaving a like. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comments. My name is Ventus. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.
You may be more powerful, but you're still not a god!
Okay, what do you say we wrap this up? Final? Kamehameha! Oh, I'm sorry, is this hurting you? You aren't a purely invincible god anymore. And you can never get the number of mortals down to 0 now. You see, now that you've merged, you've taken in something that's always going to be a part of you for as long as you live. Goku's mortal and destructible body.
You think that's a revelation? That Goku's body will always be part of me? Of course he will. Such was my desire. You are mortal Saiyan. Yet you've gained divine power. You're stronger than most deities now. Saiyans are the ultimate symbol of the failure of the Kais. By taking Goku's flesh into my being, I have assumed both the sins of mortal kind and the failure of divinity, so they may never be repeated.
Got an answer for everything, huh? Just die already!